Hello, Fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of January 2013. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Back when I was an undergraduate student, I was exposed to lots of wonderful ideas, philosophical ideas, and one of them was Julia Kristeva and her theory of the abject. So the abject is basically that part of us that we deny is part of us, and so we project certain qualities, certain traits onto others or onto the other as a way to deny. It's much like Carl Jung and his theory of the shadow. So Julia Kristeva has really inspired certain circles, and one of those circles involved the director of the movie, The Piano Teacher. Now, as part of this class, I had to actually watch The Piano Teacher, and this is not something I would ever recommend to anyone, truth be told. It was really very difficult to watch because it really was a confrontation with the abject, a confrontation with stuff that you just don't want to believe is part of you. And it was dark, to say the very least. Okay, so I'm watching this movie and it was really traumatic, and I left. And at our next class, one of my fellow students said that that was his favorite movie. And I couldn't understand this. I said, "Why is it your favorite movie?" And he said, "Because it just gets in you and it holds on and it doesn't let go." It's this experience of strong emotion that he associated with good. Now, why am I sharing all this with you? Because when I look at the sky for you, Fabulous Gemini, this month, I'm not saying that you're necessarily going to have an experience that is as searing as watching this movie was for me. Rather, what I'm saying is that there are going to be experiences available to you that have the potential to just reach right into you, to grab hold and to make you feel things very strongly, really intensely. And this isn't always an easy process. Now, it's up to you to decide, are you going to enjoy it? Are you going to sort of mentally psych yourself up for it and prepare yourself? Or are you going to really remove yourself from the situation so that when this intensity comes along, you can actually make sense of it and you can actually decide what it's going to mean for you? In some way, this month you are having a confrontation with the abject, but ultimately the reason it comes up is so that you can release, so that you can purify yourself of it. One area of life that I would really like you to pay attention to, where I think that is most likely to be the trigger of these deeper emotions, it's going to involve your finances in some way, truth be told. Now, what I really like about the sky is that when there is this kind of focus on finances, it denotes that the money you need is there, or it does have a way of showing up just when you need it. It shows that you are actually working to ensure that you're okay financially, and because you are working, you manage to be okay. And there's energy given. Sure, maybe all answers won't be ideal, but that's okay. That's how life is sometimes. But the money you need is going to be there. But what I'm more concerned with is the personal process that you go through as you are going about trying to secure what funding you need, as you're going about trying to connect with people to make sure the money that you need does come through, and otherwise just interact with organizations and institutions that have to do with loans and grants and bursaries and benefits and those types of fundings. There are going to be some feelings triggered, in some cases some very deep feelings. Now, some of you, as I said, may enjoy this confrontation with the abject, but for others it's not going to be as fun. Regardless, it is good, it is healthy, and as those very strong emotions come up, you're going to find that a lot of it is rooted in the sense of security that we all need. And we all need this very basic level of security in order to move on to other considerations of fulfillment, of happiness and such. And so when life sort of reaches you on that very deep level, on that very foundational level, things can be hard and it can leave you feeling very raw. And I would invite you to cultivate that part of you that can be high-minded and that can look at things from many different perspectives, and to see how maybe you are benefiting from facing these different questions, and to see how maybe the stuff that's coming on because of financial considerations, that stuff may not actually even directly be related to the financial stuff. It may be triggering other stuff. Whatever it is for you, it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up so that you can release yourself of it. And as you release yourself of those emotions that you don't want to look at, that shadow part of you, according to Carl Jung, that you just always try to deny, as you let light in, you will find yourself freed. You will find yourself lighter. But more than that, with all this emphasis on finances, you'll also find yourself in a much better financial picture as the month goes on. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.